Hello everyone and welcome back to Aussie Starcraft. This is your caster Sam speaking, where we're casting the WCS Season 2 Korean Finals between our yellow Terran Maru in the bottom left hand corner and our red Protoss in the top left hand corner, Rain. Now it's been an interesting and fantastic series. We had Rain take quite an early lead in this series 2-0, but we've seen Maru come from behind to secure a 3-2 lead in this series. Of course, that has in fact spiced it up a great deal with, you can imagine that Rain's feeling the pressure. He's now one game away from being relegated to second place in Season 2. So $20,000 on the line. Will Rain be able to wrest this series back to 3-3, or will he in fact go down and miss out on that $20,000 and 500 WCS points? So a lot running for both these players. Some fantastic play out of Maru. Really worried that he was going to just get obliterated by Rain's PvT mastery, but we see that that's not the case. Able to adapt and mix it up and be able to wrest control of this series away from our dominating red Protoss player. Rain has had fantastic success against Terran in this series, really understanding just how well the Terran vs Protoss matchup goes in its various stages, being able to use that to his advantage and knock out Terran after Terran in this WCS Korea. So the map is Whirlwind, quite a massive map, even with spawning on the same side. The rush distance is a fair length, as you can see. You have to go all the way around or up through this base, down and back around and across. So quite a lengthy distance for each player. And we see that Maru has gone for a command center first on the low ground, so obviously feeling a little confident here in this game. Confidence boosted. Those first two losses did a lot, obviously, to harm Maru's confidence and shake him up a bit. He's significantly changed his playstyle in each of the following games. We saw him steer clear of the macro approach, where he was aiming for endgame, because it's obvious that Rain does so well in late game Protoss vs Terran. Maru had to adapt for much earlier timing attacks, and we saw him able to hold off Rain's timing in the last game and mount a successful counterattack. So what will happen in game number 6, and will we see a game number 7, is the question I think on everybody's mind. So how about you guys? What do you think? When you started watching this game, what did you think was going to happen? Do you think we're going to have a Protoss victory in a game number 7, or do we think Maru is going to be able to seal it out here in game number 6 to mount a 4-win streak to take $20,000 and 500 WCS points? Let us know down below. I'd love to know your thoughts about this series. I find Protoss vs Terran to be one of the quite difficult matchups for Protoss, particularly in the middle of the game. Thanks, Terran. Thank you. Particularly in the middle of the game. Sorry about that. Just had someone at the door. Very difficult for Protoss versus Terran in the mid stage of the game. 10 minutes to 15 minute mark, it's where Terran really excel. If the Protoss can hold off that aggression, then it bodes very well for them in the late game. But Terran, if they can apply that pressure well, can just stop the Protoss taking and holding their third base and just choke them out until they're unable to build any more units. So it's quite a difficult matchup, I think, from the Protoss' side. But conversely, if you get past the 15-minute mark in the game, I think we see it swing decisively into Protoss' favour. So it goes back and forward, and we've seen both these players exploit the particular advantages their race has. So obviously very high level of understanding of their respective skills and weaknesses in this matchup. We can see Maru now walling up the front of his base, dropping the supply depots. He hasn't really worried with this in any of the previous games, so I'm wondering what's prompted him to do this in this particular game. And see is obviously dropping his third command center here, and it's orbital command. Gone into quite macro mode. Not a whole lot of production as of yet, but these 3 barracks now starting to take add-ons. Tech Lab will be for his stim pack, and we'll see if he drops a few more reactors and tech labs now. engineering bay on the way on the low ground, so looks like he won't be moving out just yet, going for some sort of timing, if anything at all. We see Rain does in fact have his robotics facility, but we can see that Maru missed that on his scan, so that's a crucial bit of intel that he doesn't in fact know about. We look at Maru's intel, just missed the robotics facility, so he doesn't know doesn't know which tech path the Protoss has chosen. Usually when you scan, you hope to pick something up. Did he catch these units? He missed those too. Just real poor luck for Maru in this with that scan. Missed the Dark Shrine, missed the robotics bay. He's considerably in the dark. Wouldn't be surprised to see him throw down another scan to try and pick those up. Missile turret on the way. Obviously, Maru's taken the thought process that if he hasn't spotted the tech, it must be hidden, and when Protoss hides its tech, it's either a proxy Stargate or Dark Templars hidden somewhere out on the map, and obviously of the opinion that a missile turret will help him with both those options. Still nothing up in the main base to help against those. Will we see... No, we're seeing Immortals. I thought we might see a Warp Prism to utilise some of those Dark Templar warp-ins in the main, but none of that, obviously, out of Rain. We'll see how he intends to play this out. Have an SCV sneaking around, managing to weave his way through this Protoss net. Oh, there is in fact a Warp Prism on the map. Okay, this was what I thought we might see. Should bring up the Units tab, I guess, so I don't get that wrong just as much as I am. Alright, we have the first Dark Templar now on the field. Will we get a second? No. Yep. Yes, we will. Rain trying to make up his mind as well. Second Dark Templar being picked up. Now with this missile turret down in the natural, it is quite safe. Maru choosing surprisingly to expand towards his opponent. We have this... Where is that Warp Prism gone? It will get spotted by the supply depot. How does he react? Has he seen it? No, his unit's still streaming out the front door. These Dark Templar are going to go to work. He's obviously seeing the blur, and the Terran, if you have a look, the Terran can only really see a blur of the units as they're moving. But Dark Templar are able to pick up a few units and a few SCVs there. 7 workers killed for Rain, but unable to do as much damage perhaps as he would have liked. The missile turret there, great choice by Maru, able to pick up those Dark Templars quite quickly and limit the damage they're able to do. If you're wondering why he expanded towards his opponent, I think that is a bit of a bold and gutsy move, but I think his thinking is that from here he can expand quite quickly, or not expand, but be quite aggressive into the Protoss players' 3rd or 4th base, and also harass the main and take out Protoss production. So quite a big bioforce moving out here, picking off those observers, so now Rain is in the dark, doesn't know where this army is or what it's doing. Quite a number of Marauders and Sentries on the field at the moment. Big stim. Force field's unable to cut that army in half, perhaps as well as he would have liked to. Units stim forward, they're able to take down the first Immortal. Can they get another? This Immortal's going down. Do we have Marauder slow? We do. The Immortal's not going to be able to make it away, forcing a Photon overcharge out of there, and these units will make a beeline for the 3rd base. It's exactly what Maru wanted to do, force that Photon overcharge at the natural, able to snipe the pylon and leave that Photon cannon useless. If he takes the 3rd base out, we'll see this game swing very quickly away from Rain. Rain needs to hold this 3rd base no matter what the costing is. Get his units in here now. 3rd base is going to go down, and that's very bad news here for Rain. Rain's bio streaming up, constant stream of reinforcements. If we look at the production tab, we can see 3 Marauders, 4 Marines at a time. Maru just forcing straight up the ramp. Come on, are these Protoss going to be able to make their last stand here? Big stim able to take out the Archon. Nexus Photon overcharge worn out. These Marauders trying to kite back. Zealots trying to go to work with their side blades. Immortals racking up kills 6 and 4, but their comrade being taken out there. Dark Templar also getting taken out. It's looking very dire for Rain here in game number 6. Can Maru take the win here for $20,000? I think he can, able to pick up the last past these units, trying to warp in a few last desperation DTs and zealots, forced to pull the probes off the line, but perhaps too late for Rain here. These marauders just raining death on the Protoss forces, stimming and kiting back. These medevacs just making him so cost efficient, healing up these units. I think he's done it. Maru pushes into the base. Can he get it? Last few zealots. If he can take out this mothership core, that is in fact GG from Rain, and we have Maru taking game number 6 and the finals of WCS Korea Season 2. What a win from our yellow Terran. Coming from behind 2-0 to win WCS Korea. What a comeback. I think one of the best comebacks we've seen in WCS Korea in Season 2. Fantastic to do that in the finals, just demonstrates what a fantastic player he in fact is. Down 2-0, able to come back 4 straight to win a best of 7 series. Just fantastic play out of Maru. Before casting this season of Korea, I hadn't actually seen a lot of Maru's playstyle, so super glad I decided to cast this. Now, having seen him in a few series in a row, find him to be a very exciting Terran player to watch. Able to mix up his strategy every game. We saw mech out of him, we saw bio out of him, we saw bio mine, bio tank. So many different options out of Maru, so proving what a flexible player he is, and he used every ounce of that to secure this win here today. So he is in fact $20,000 better off and 500 WCS points, and both these players will have secured their seat to the WCS Season 2 finals. The top 5 players from this tournament will be going to the finals, so a lot of the players that we saw in the round of 4 all of them will be there as well as our 5th place player. So what an excellent series from these players, just some of the best Starcraft players in the world going at it for a massive prize pool, and they just never failed to deliver excellent games. So big congratulations to Maru. Really excited to see what both these players can do in the finals. I'm a Protoss player at heart, so a little bit disappointed to see Rain go down the way he did, but just excellent play out of both these players. I really hope you guys enjoyed this series. I very much enjoyed casting it. I hope you'll go ahead and like the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you didn't enjoy the video, well, go ahead and give us the old like anyway. We really appreciate it. Appreciate you taking the time to watch it. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in our next set of casts. I'm tossing up whether I'll cast WCS Europe from Season 2. I love watching TLO and some of those other European players go at it, so very tempted to cast the Europe section of the WCS Season 2 before we cast the season finals with the top 5 or 6 from each region. So give us a shout out down below. Do you want to see Europe, or do you want to see the finals with the top players from every region? You let us know, and we'll cast what the users want to see. Thanks guys, and we'll see you guys next time.